Hello everybody, it's Yvonne Fuchs here, the founder of the Slow Stitch community. Wondering how you're all doing. Boy, I don't know about your weekend, but mine was a bit tricky, it has to be said. My husband was really quite ill and I found myself having to reach for resources I didn't know I had. And life is like that sometimes, isn't it? I know, I'm sure you've experienced things like that. But I always come back to the things that I love, and one of the things I love is being in my garden. This is sitting outside in my garden at the moment. I've got a lovely window frame. I'm not sure whether you can see it. It's a beautiful reclaimed window frame outside the back of my house. And just sitting here in the garden and looking at the plants and the flowers is so beautiful. I'll just give you a quick look down the garden. That's my studio down at the bottom there and my plants. I'm wondering whether you can see that. And I suppose what I'm thinking is how grateful I am to have some outdoor space, to walk in the back lanes here. We've got beautiful lanes full of trees and flowers. They're just wild places. And I'm wondering what affects you. I'm wondering how your weather is today. How is your internal weather? I certainly had a stormy weekend. I think it's much calmer now. I've come through it. And I'm wondering how your weather is, because of course we're not the weather, we're just the observer of our weather. And I'm also wondering how your stitching is coming along. I had this beautiful time of sorting out my fabrics and looking at them and thinking what I'm going to do with them, and I've begun to really put together a pile now. And I'm sort of doing the same thing with my threads, saying, oh, I wonder what threads would work really well with those things. And I was sort of doing that thing that I used to do as a child, lining them up in colours, putting all the reds together, all the creams together, and seeing the beauty of thread. I spent some of my time as a yarn designer, so I was designing thread and yarn, and it was really quite an amazing career that I had doing that. So sometimes these things just come back from our past life to us, and we can reflect with so much gratitude for the life that we have had. And those of us, so lovely, I have to say, seeing some young people now on Slow Stitch community, and grandmas and nonnas working with their grandchildren and children working with their parents. So beautiful, makes me really, really happy when I see that. So as always, sending you all my deepest, best wishes, warmest and kindest wishes to you all, hoping that life is treating you well and that you're dealing with the storms which inevitably are coming. And I send you much, much kind thoughts, and keep stitching, keep enjoying it, keep finding your centre, keep finding those things that work for you to help you keep steady in the storms. Take great care, everybody. See you very soon. Bye-bye now.